What's up, people? Perry here with another episode of WildStyle. How's it going? What is up? I am down here in our little warehouse, and I have 30 levels, so I thought I would go ahead and try and enchant something. I'm just going to enchant a book because I don't really know exactly what I need right now, so maybe it'd be good to just do a little enchanting. Lure 2. What's that? It's for fishing pole, right? Fishing pole. Yeah. But anyways, let's get that all out of the way. If you're wondering how I collect my levels, it's just down here. Beforehand, I had a slime farm set up just down there. Oh, you can see one right now. But I decided to take out all the torches inside and turn it into a little bit of a kind of a monster spawner. So the thing about it is that, it allows me to get levels and at the same time, work on my sorting skills. Oops. But I really don't see a need for a mob spawner, especially the way the enchanting works. So I thought I'd give myself a little bit of a challenge and try and, take on the mobs myself. But anyways, whoa. Okay, that's not good. Okay, we're going. Yeesh. It's especially something when those witches show up. I hope I'll be okay. Let's see. Let's just cover that up for now. But anyways, let me heal up first, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, back to normal, like it never happened, right? I'll just edit that out, right? Anyways, what I thought I would do is to go over some of the updates of this world. Now, I haven't been in this world that much lately. I've been working on some tutorials and trying to do some other things to kind of supplement the channel a little bit. I don't want to keep on going back and forth between the Surviving Creatively series and the WildStyle. I want to add a little bit of, a little bit of flavor to this channel, because I know it kind of gets a little mundane here and there, just putting out one episode after the other. So I had a little bit of diversity to it. But anyways, I started off by making this right here. And for those of you that don't know what this is a slime block elevator. I won't go over the whole redstone details here. Instead, I'll leave a link down in the description as to who I saw this from. Actually, I'll show you the person that I saw the actual piston elevator from. But then I also found another tutorial which kind of helped me along when I was making this. I'll put both links down in the description there. And so I've been working on it, and I've been trying to figure out a good design for it. As you can see, there's not really much to it. It's just the basic setup, just to get it in working order. But as far as I can see, it's pretty reliable, and I haven't had too much trouble. So that's a good thing. I'm thinking about maybe putting, whoa, gotta watch out for that. But I'm thinking about maybe mirroring this right here on this side, and just to give it a little bit of evenness, a little bit of symmetry. I'm not too sure the design that I want to go for, but I'm thinking that something along the lines of earthy in nature or something like that. I'm starting to lose my voice. I don't know why that is, but go figure. This obsidian here is needed in order for the slime blocks not to be able to stick to them. But let's go ahead and give this a try. And this is all temporary, by the way. Just for basic purposes of trying to get up and down, just in case this slime block elevator is in need of repair or fiddling around. So anyways, what we do is we go into this corner right here, and you've probably seen slime block elevators before, or you've made one yourself. So just check it out. Just go like that, and up we go, and up to the top, just like that. And I put a stair there I thought that it would help me kind of push me forward. It turns out it doesn't do that. But yeah, that's the way that the slime block elevator works. I think it'll work out just quite nicely. Definitely, it definitely helps me getting up and down from the storage room up to here. Now the time it takes me to get up here is a lot faster than just taking the good old ladders. But I'm just gonna get in a quick snooze, a la Kurt J. Mack style. I can't do the noises that he does, but I like them. They're pretty cool. Anyways, let's go outside, take a look at some updates. Now, a lot of you, well, some of you have expressed the fact that you weren't too in love with this little setup. And I have to agree with you. There are some changes that need to be done. For the most part, I think the design will stay the same. What I'm thinking about is putting in maybe some different color planks. And you can see that I've already tried to do that. I'm trying to mix it up. This is not the final design, of course, but I think that we'll be able to come up with some sort of happy medium. The problem that I'm finding is that the inner design is fine. I like how it's turning out, and again, I'm gonna replace some of these things, but looking from the outside, you can kind of see it, and it kind of mixes in with this facade right here, and I don't want to do that. I want to try and keep these pillars the main focal point in this area right here. So I may have to come up with something, perhaps put in some sort of a barrier in between the gaps, but you know, it's a work in progress. We're not going to do this episode because I still have to kind of, you know, stew with the ideas and figure out just exactly what I want to do. Also, what I've done is filled in the walls with our, I think this is the spruce leaves, and I haven't yet put in the pattern yet, mainly because I just wanted to get a base layer down, and then I can work on, you know, getting something that is a little bit better. I wasn't too crazy about the pattern myself. I know some of you really did like it, but for me, I think we can do it a little bit better, and that's just my opinion. But anyways, what we're going to do today in this episode is work on that tower right there, and the reason why is because it's a little bit of an eyesore for me personally, especially right now with that scaffolding setup. But I'm thinking that we will go with a little bit more of a better design, maybe tie it in with this area a little bit better. And yeah, that's what we're going to do this episode. Hopefully I'll be able to get it done. And hopefully you guys are not too bored with the builds right now. I know that there's like a running theme in this area, and I kind of want to keep it the same way, but you know, at the same time, I want to be able to kind of show you guys some different styles and different builds. So hopefully in the next coming episodes, I may go to the nether, maybe go to the end. I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but I definitely would want to go to the end and try and build something there. Of course, we have to defeat the dragon. But what I'm thinking so let me just put that out there for you guys. If you guys want to see some new things, maybe, you know, myself go to the nether and try to build something there. I know I want to build some sort of nether hub, and from there I want to be able to kind of travel off to distant lands so that we can go take a look at different biomes and be able to build something special there too. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, but for this episode we're going to just concentrate on this tower right now. Now what I'm thinking is that I want to put in a slime block elevator. The slime block elevator is pretty big in size, so I think that this base, or the tower base, is going to be it's going to have to come out a little bit bigger. But as far as this portion is concerned, and that's what we're going to work on today, I want to be able to mimic, again, our pitched roof, but at the same time, you know what? We're making it a little bit more different, and that's kind of like the thing that we want to go on here, is that everything has some sort of, you know, cohesiveness together, but at the same time, it's got its own unique thing with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some supplies together. That's going to be really important, because right now I don't think I have much of anything to go. Oh, I just lost my chess piece. Didn't even notice that. But yeah, I'm going to gather some materials together, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so got everything all squared away. I think we have most of what we need to build this, or at least get a good start on it. But I built this little dirt platform out to here, and the idea behind it is so that I can get a good look at our pillar. Now, the one thing that I want to do is maybe extend out this base. I've already kind of started doing that. The other thing that I just did was to take out the kind of floral pattern that I had on the top here. And that's because I want to be able to mimic the patterns of this onto here. And we're just going to concentrate on this face, and then we'll just replicate it to the other sides. The other thing that I wanted to show to you guys is this pillar right here. Because we're going to put in a slime block elevator, what I'm thinking about is, because it's going to be a bit of a thicker base, especially because I think with the slime block elevators, there's a little bit more to it, and especially when I want to wrap things around it, this base will end up being a lot bigger. So I think we can get away with having a bigger top here. So that should give some extra room to kind of add in more detail and stuff like that. So as you can see, I've added in these planks thus far. And I think that this is as far as I want to take it in terms of this lower platform. And then what I want to do next is what I'm thinking about is to kind of curve it out. If you follow along with my cursor, just kind of like that, so that we have a little pitched roof and it comes out to a point, right? It's kind of hard to imagine, but if you're following along with my cursor, you can kind of see the shape that I'm making out here. So something like that. And again, we want to put in a pitched roof, and I think that we want to get a good basic design going on first. Now, I think that this may have to go. There you go, this thing right here. So we'll just get rid of that. Oh, can't reach it. You know, it's one thing building in survival is that things take, you know, twice as long or 3 times as long, just because of the fact that you need to get to certain places. It's a lot about putting in scaffolding and stuff like that. I think I've talked about this before, but if there's any sort of difference between survival and creative, it is this. This is the biggest problem that I've seemed to have found. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. I do enjoy the challenge of putting things together in survival. It's just, it's a little bit tedious here and there sometimes. So just gonna get rid of that. Maybe we'll try and there we go. We'll try and figure out some sort of roof pattern. If I can, whoa, oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that. Scared the crap out of me. Anyways, I have to change my underwear. All right, so let's try and figure something out here. All right, let's get this. We'll go with the spruce wood planks, and I think we're a good place to start. We'll just start from here, and we'll see what we come up with after. I'm gonna move this out. Just get a little scaffolding pillar, or scaffold, a little bit of scaffolding. I call this scaffolding, you know, just because in the real building world, this is what it would be in order for, you know, while the building process goes on, obviously you can't stand on the, you know, freshly made floor or anything like that. You need some sort of stable base to kind of do what you need to do. So that's why I call it scaffolding. But I think we'll just extend it out a little bit more. And that might be okay. That might be okay. Let's go take a look. Just jump down here. All right, maybe it can come out a little bit more, and you can kind of see the idea. Again, we want to angle it out like that. And then I don't know if I want to have the roof kind of angled as well, because I don't want to. No, I'll just keep it simple right now. I don't want to add too much in the way of curvatures, because you know that in Minecraft curves are really not the best thing to construct when you're trying to build something simple. But yeah, you can kind of see what I'm going for there. And what I think we'll put a little cap on the nose. And yeah, I'm going to step away for a bit, and I'll be able to kind of gather my thoughts and try and figure out just exactly what we need to do next, because I do like the way that it's turning out. It's just that I need to kind of figure out a good plan of action going forward. So I'll see you in just a little bit. All right, now I just took a step back and kind of fiddled around with things, try to figure out what I wanted to do. And here's what I've come up with so far. You can see, if you excuse the mess of the pillars here, but what I ended up doing was creating a slope just like that. It's nothing too complicated. It's just really pretty simple. The complicated part comes over here. If we can go right down here. You see the curve that I was trying to go for? So something like that. Not too fond of that particular block right there. It looks a little too much for me. Maybe I can put some stairs on a sideways or something like that. I don't know. But it looks good so far. Again, maybe in here there could be something going on. I know I'm trying to follow this pattern right here, especially that roof. But for some reason, this looks a little bit too plain for my liking. And I kept that one that way just because, well, I thought it looked well. It complemented it well. I didn't want to complicate things too much. But this one looks a little bit too much. I suppose that when I start to replicate it over on this side and then around the rest of the pillar, I think that'll, I guess, make it less boring. Running out of words, really. But what I think I need to do next is to just basically start replicating everything. We got a good basic design going, so I really like how that's turned out. So once I get this all replicated over to all these different parts, we can get a better look, and then maybe we can concentrate on getting in some detail. All right, so check it out. This is what I've come up with. This is pretty much the basic design that I'm going after. I really like it. It turned out quite well, a lot better than I thought it would. That's for sure. Right now, it's kind of a floating mess right now. But I think once we start adding in some detail and kind of tweak things around a little bit, I know that the roof line over there, I want to change up. If we can go take a look at that. Just real quick. So yeah, maybe there'll be a chance to add in some detail here. I don't think that pillar is going to stay. We'll probably hack that off at some point. And also room for some detail right here to kind of, I don't know, make some windows, or maybe, I don't know, something else that looks like it's supporting the overall structure. But actually, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you guys for watching. When we come back in the next one, hopefully I'll be able to start getting going on these a little bit more frequently. I know I do have a bunch of other stuff working on in the background, such as tutorials and a little bit of a Christmas surprise for you guys. But yeah. Hopefully, I'm starting to get back in the groove of doing this, especially right now because work is a little bit slow. So look forward to maybe a little bit more of a regular uploading schedule. But yeah, so in the next episode, you'll start seeing more progress on this. I'll give you updates on that. But what I really want to do over the next few episodes is either work on this house or possibly go to another, maybe work on something there. I don't know. I'm leaning towards going to the nether, but for the sake of completing this area, I really want to get going on that house. Maybe I'll work on it in the background or something like that. But I am leaning towards going towards the nether, possibly getting a build going on there, because I know that once we get that underway, we'll be able to start branching off and going to different biomes and possibly explore new different types of builds. So that's going to be it for me. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think of everything that you've seen here, especially that new build that we got going on. It looks really good from the bottom, actually, and the top looks huge. Wow, look at that. But I did say that I wanted to put in something larger in nature so that we could fit in the slime block elevator, because I know that's going to be a much larger base. So don't forget to leave your comments, of course, and hit that like button. Of course, I keep on saying of course, but of course it is what is needed to be said during these episodes. I feel that it's a spiel that I have to keep on running through. I don't know if I want to keep on going on with it, but it was one of those YouTube tips that they give you to always to remind people to like and subscribe and comment and all that stuff. But anyways, rambling on. Don't forget to leave that like if you so choose, and if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It keeps you up to date on everything that goes on in it. So that's it for me. Always remember, keep your head up, and I'll see you in the next one.